Hello, I'm Al Holtham. In this program I want to show you two new disc cutters from Makita. The EK6100 is a 12-inch, two-stroke model with 110mm cutting depth, which is larger than any other 12-inch cutter currently on the market. The EK7650H is the world's first four-stroke disc cutter featuring the Makita MM4 mini engine. Again, this is supplied as standard as a 12-inch model, but you can easily convert it to take a 14-inch disc by buying the larger guard if you need the extra capacity. As these are Makita professional tools, you can be sure they're built to the highest standards, and both models comply with the latest EU directives with regard to CO2 emissions. So let's start by taking a closer look at the EK6100. This two-stroke model features a 61cc engine generating 4.3 horsepower, so it has loads of power for deep cutting. The 110mm maximum depth puts it well ahead of any other 12-inch saw. Stratified air scavenging, or SAS technology, built into the engine makes it much more efficient as well as being cleaner. In fact, it uses up to 20% less fuel than a conventional two-stroke engine, so there's quite a saving there. Despite all this power, the saw is physically quite small, with a net weight of just 8.5 kilos, which makes it very easy to handle. Anti-vibration mountings add to the comfort. The EK6100 is one of the lowest vibration machines in its class, at just 3.7 meters per second squared. The saw is very easy to start. The spring-assisted starter, combined with auto decompression, significantly reduces the compression resistance, and the optimized engine management and easily accessible primer pump ensure that the saw starts from cold with just a few pulls. A single touch and stop switch shuts the saw down instantly. A unique feature of this saw is the pre-filtration cyclone technology built around the air intake, which reduces the amount of dust getting into the filter by up to 80%. This means that the filter will last up to 12 months if the water suppression is used as well. The water supply is delivered via this nozzle here, which has a fine adjuster allowing you to control the flow to minimise the amount of dust that's generated. You can connect to either a hose pipe or a pressurised water bottle, and the hose is held well out of the way with this clip. In addition, the flow of the exhaust gases is channeled to be against the dust direction, which further improves the cleanliness of the work area. The vertical fuel tank makes it very easy to refuel the EK6100, and a clear viewing window allows you to monitor the level. The tank will hold 0.7 of a litre, so the saw should run for a good time between fill-ups. The tank itself is leak-proof even when the saw is tilted, and a clever ventilation system prevents the normal vacuum build-up that sometimes makes the cap difficult to remove. Special lugs in the top of the cap hold the end of the wrench for easy removal. The guard position can be adjusted easily between the stops to suit the type of cut you're making. You don't need any tools, just push it into position. A semi-automatic multi-V-belt tensioning system ensures the saw always delivers maximum power, and the wrench is stored on board for quick and easy disc change. The second machine is the EK7650H, the world's first four-stroke disc cutter, and this uses the 76cc Makita MM4 mini engine. This achieves a much higher power-to-weight ratio, in fact by about 25%, thanks to the improved combustion efficiency. Also, the unique pressurized lubrication system of the MM4 allows it to be used in any position, without any risk of damaging the engine. A four-stroke engine, like this, has several significant advantages over a two-stroke. For a start, it's much cheaper to run, as it uses less fuel. It should save you about 40% on costs. The MM4 also produces significantly less emissions than a two-stroke equivalent, so the green credentials are excellent, and of course it easily complies with the latest regulations. Also, with four-stroke, you don't have the issue of having to mix fuel and oil, so it's far quicker to refuel and there's no risk of damaging the engine with an incorrect mix. Finally, there's less maintenance, and of course it's far easier to start than a two-stroke. You'll also notice how very much quieter this saw is, very important when you're using it for long periods. So, Let's have a look at the EK7650H in some detail. The saw is supplied as a 12-inch model with a cutting depth of 97mm, but an additional guard allows you to convert it to take a 14-inch disc, increasing the capacity to 122mm. One very handy feature is that the disc and guard can be re-handed if you need to cut up tight to an obstruction. And there's an excellent fully adjustable water supply attachment for dust suppression. An automatic decompression system reduces the required starting force by about 40%, and a neat primer pump fills the fuel chamber so you don't have to prime it by pulling on the starter cord, so it's dead easy to start. Once it's running, you'll notice the extremely low vibration levels, particularly on the rear handle, and this is thanks to the special dampers incorporated into both handles. Like the EK6100, the fuel tank is leak-proof and self-ventilating even when it's tipped on its side. It's also very accessible, which makes filling very much easier. Routine maintenance is also easy on the EK7650H. Belt tensioning can be carried out externally using a screwdriver, and the rear air pre-filter can be removed and emptied without using any tools. The main filter system is a wet one using an oil-impregnated filter, which makes it extremely efficient at capturing potentially damaging dust. So there we are. That was just a quick run through these two new exciting disc cutters from Makita. The deep cutting EK6100 and the world's first 4-stroke disc cutter, the EK7650H. And as you'd expect, there's a good range of accessories to help you get the most from your cutters. And as ever, being Makita, they're professional quality tools built to the highest standards. I'm Holtham. Till next time, bye bye for now.